What is up, you sexy motherfuckers? I've just done a big punk politics video on the week's news event, so there's quite a lot about Israel and Gaza in that, so if you want to go and check it out first, by all means do so. But one thing I don't think I particularly nailed within it is this idea of punishing the many for the crimes of a few. And I think it's a really interesting area that we need to focus attention on more and more. Like, we can't let this go, right? Because if you go back to the original attack, right, Hamas fly in, they slaughter, kidnap, do God knows what to all of these Israelis, right? Straight out the gate, our foreign secretary, a guy called James Cleverly, was like, we stand 100% behind Israel. We are unequivocally there for you, right? And I understand that because in the shock, in the immediacy, in the murderous nature of those attacks, absolutely, we should be there, right, shoulder to shoulder with them. Now, when we get into trickier territory, is when we get into the response to that. You know, like when Israel say, you got 24 hours to move before we level this fucking place and turn it into a car park. You know, it's just so brutal. And it's on the crimes of a few that they are punishing the millions. Do you know what I mean? And I just think that is an awkward position to be in, because what you do by doing that is you open the floodgates to, 2 years down the line, 5 years down the line, there's going to be a terror cell in London, and they are going to blow up a hospital or a school or a residential block. And they are going to say the same thing as James Cleverly is saying right now, which is basically, look, Israel's got a right to defend itself, and whoever dies in Israel's military tactics, the responsibility for that is on Hamas. And you know why? Because Hamas hide their militants or terrorists, they hide them in amongst their civilians. Whoa, so it's their responsibility. The terror cell is just going to say the same thing. They're just going to say, well, yeah, we weren't trying to blow up, all these innocent people in Piccadilly or like Manchester, but the British state, they hide their secret agents or their militants or whatever in amongst their civilians. Do you know what I mean? All you do is provide them the recourse that they are then going to use back on you in 2 years' time. And the whole time, it's just innocent people getting blown up left, right, and centre, while the people at the top, who should be adults, they should be sitting down with each other and going like, okay, look, how are we going to sort this shit out? So yeah, like, to my mind, it makes no difference if it's Hamas murdering Israeli festival goers who have nothing to do with anything, or Israel murdering Gazans who have nothing to do with anything, or the terror cell in 5 years' time blowing up British civilians who have nothing. Like, all you guys need to do is just sit down and talk it out and stop involving the rest of us in it.